basically. So if you have children in school and teachers that you're close to, if you yourself are teachers, and we've invited quite a few teachers, say hi. Hi teachers. we donated tickets, and I hope teachers, by being at this event, will get inspired to use this curriculum. As I said, we get stuck in our ways, and especially in schools, it's important. These kids are in schools, and they need to be accepted, and we have to start addressing the stereotypes early, not when people are already set in their ways. The third thing is volunteer, intern. We're a very small organization, so any work would be welcome. We always are looking for stories to record. I will be honest, recording of one story costs us on average $500. So if you find a great story, help us find the money that we can actually do it. So yes, you can donate your money or miles so that we can actually fly when we do recordings in different towns. Or you can also open your home or your office or conference room. And such a great example happened this past summer when we partnered with an organization, Upwardly Global. They gave us their conference room for a week that we transformed into a recording studio that you can now see how it looks like. And we recorded 22 stories in a span of 6 days. It was intense, but it was so well worth it. And the organization even found a home for us to stay while we were there. So there is so many things that we can do if we learn how to do a lot with little, and how to join resources, how to double dip, and all that good stuff. And for all of that, suggestions or ideas, I'm always welcome, and I encourage you to help out. So I cannot leave the podium without thanking the staff and the volunteers, the board members, the foundations that supported us. Although we're very young, they believe in us. They're all on the wall. And I want to give now an award to a woman who I will never forget. We had a meeting, but that meeting was an hour and something long, and we became friends, and we started planning dates for the recording in San Francisco, all in that one meeting. So I give you Mary Volvo.
Thank you, Taya. I am honored to be here right now, to have the opportunity to speak on behalf of Upwardly Global, but also really the pleasure of partnering with Green Card Voices to amplify the voices of new Americans is truly an honor. Before I start talking, I want to give you a little bit more context for what Taya asked me to speak about. She wanted me to speak specifically about our collaboration, our two organizations, and how we work together, and really the value in that, and how working together really projects us moving forward as organizations and really amplifies the voice of immigrants. So I'm going to start by telling you our story, Upwardly Global's story. For those of you that aren't familiar with UpGlow, we were born in 2000 when our founder, Jane Liu, toured a poultry factory in New York. It was considered a model employer for refugees. At the plant, when she was there, she was introduced to two of her top performers. One was an engineer from Iraq, and the other was a surgeon from Bosnia. Unfortunately, this story is not unique. There are 1.8 million skilled immigrants that have the legal right to work, but are unemployed or severely underemployed. So this is the engineer that's driving the cab, or the scientist that's working as a janitor, or perhaps the accountant that's working as a cashier. After touring that poultry plant, that's when Jane decided this story has to change. You see, the problem, it doesn't lie in the skills or the experience of the immigrants and refugees. It's just the lack of understanding of how to navigate a US job search, or the fact that their entire personal and professional networks are back in their home country. Imagine showing up to Minnesota with maybe a suitcase and no connections. And the other thing is that this incredible pool of talent is all too often invisible to employers. So Upwardly Global solution is two-pronged. First, we provide the direct services to make sure that job seekers have the resources, the guidance, the network that they need to be successful in their job search. And second, we partner with employers. We want to make sure that we're educating them on immigrant inclusive hiring practices and that they have access to this talent pool. It's simple, it's pretty straightforward, it takes a lot of commitment, but it works. At UpGlow, we pride ourselves on being a data-driven organization. We've served job seekers from over 104 countries. We've placed 2,200 into professional positions. 60% of those positions are in the STEM field, so science, technology, engineering, math, positions that employers are saying they're having a hard time to fill. But what's most important and what Green Card Voices does and what they uniquely honor through their platform is the fact that behind every single one of those statistics are hundreds of individuals who are more than just their resume. There is a story that needs and deserves to be told, as it's a pathway to increasing understanding of the immigrant experience across our nation. So I want to share just two of those stories with you. Maria was a renowned psychologist from Bulgaria with 20 years of experience when she came to the US back in 2009. She now works at San Francisco State as a lecturer, both for the psychology and management departments. At Upwardly Global, she was placement number 846. Sharam is a chemical engineer from Iran. He has over 10 years of experience, and when he and his family came